Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here, coming at you with another video. Today's topic is going to be about schizophrenia. I'm sure you've heard of schizophrenia, everyone really has. It's a quote-unquote mental illness, everyone's heard of it. Everyone knows of somebody with it at least, But the thing about schizophrenia is it's so misunderstood. Just like, I was talking about this yesterday, the topic of weed. It was illegal for how many years? And then now it's becoming legal. Kind of reminds me of what schizophrenia is on the rise of. It's not there yet, but it's on the rise. People want to call it a mental illness, shove pills down your throat to make you not think these things that are proven to have brain damaging effects. My bad, can't speak today. But I want to talk about what schizophrenia actually is, because I'm sure anybody that watches my videos, you can notice I'm a pretty odd guy. When I talk, my mouth slopes. Just not like the average person. And that's because I have schizophrenia, of course. That's why I'm talking about this. But anyway, what schizophrenia is, I don't want to sound crazy, so I'm going to start off with facts before I tell you what I think it is. Matter of fact, DMT is a compound found in hundreds of plants throughout nature. It's found in humans and animals. Matter of fact, in humans it's produced by the liver, the lungs, and the pineal gland. If you've never heard of what the pineal gland is, that's your third eye. In reptiles it actually has a lens and a retina. It's what spiritual people like monks and all them, that's what they've been talking about for how many years, since the beginning of time. And like I said, DMT is produced in your body. And it's also produced in plants, People extract it and they smoke it. And when you smoke it, you have spiritual experiences. And it's telling this to someone. If you smoke a chemical that's found in the religious organ of your brain, you have spiritual experiences. To any normal, rational thinking person, they think, maybe there's a little more to this than I think. And that's actually is what's suspected to cause schizophrenia. No one knows the cause of it for sure, but there's a biochemist from Yale University. His name is Chris Cantelmo. Couldn't think of it for a second. He's a biochemist, like I said. He's a really smart man, His theory is that it's proven all people produce DMT in their body, the same thing that when you smoke you have spiritual experiences. He thinks that the root cause of schizophrenia is DMT. DMT is not a main neurotransmitter in our body. It's only produced endogenously for your lungs whenever you're really stressed. If you ever take some deep breaths, you'll notice yourself instantly calm down. With your liver, I'm not sure what its function in your liver is, but then in the pineal gland, I'm not 100% sure what the function is there either. But all humans, this part, everything I've said up until now is facts proven. What I'm about to say is theories. So this hasn't been proven scientifically, but Chris Cantelmo, he says he believes how people with schizophrenia, how their brains work is, whenever you're young, you produce DMT as a main neurotransmitter in your brain. It controls your world. It controls what you see, And that's why kids are always talking about having imaginary friends. They're always seeing stuff that ain't there, I should say. But then as you grow older, the main neurotransmitter is taken over by serotonin. I'm sure everyone's heard of that. But he believes people with schizophrenia, serotonin never takes over as the main neurotransmitter, and that DMT stays your transmitter your whole life. I kind of butchered that, but I'm sure anyone listening can get what I'm saying. And I'd believe that to be true, because I've never personally done DMT myself, but I've done mushrooms, I've smoked weed. I've been in a psychedelic headspace, I've never seen these things with my own two eyes, but I just know, like, in my heart, after you cannot be spiritual at all, have no religious beliefs, and then one day smoke DMT and think, wow, the fuck was I talking about, you know? To say that there's no God necessarily isn't far-fetched, you know? Like, people always imagine God as a guy sitting on a cloud. You know, he made the earth by pointing his fingers, just appeared out of nowhere. I don't believe that's what God is. I believe God isn't a person. God, what I'm about to say really is gonna make me sound crazy, but we're all God. Everything is God. That tree is God, the ground is God. And you're thinking, no, I don't have powers like that. I ain't a God. And I can see, fair point, you know. But what I believe God is consciousness. For anyone who meditates, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you've never been open to this experience before, what I'm about to say potentially could change your life. You'll notice your body has 5 senses. You see, you hear, taste, whatever. But if you've ever stopped and took a step back from reality and observed everything around you that you've become so used to, and start thinking, whoa, there's brown stuff that chips away off of lighter brown. And you know, it's like if you start thinking about the world more objectively, like you see it for what it is rather than what you've just gotten used to it for, you notice things. And one thing you notice is that you are not your body. If you stop and think really hard, whenever you switch from seeing something to hearing something, what is that awareness? That awareness is who you are. That awareness, I don't believe, is defined only to bodies, only to humans. Think about it, animals. People think of animals as dumb little, you know, they're just a part of the natural world. But think about it, they eat like us, they see like us. You know, it's like animals have that consciousness too. And if they have that consciousness, then that means consciousness has to go somewhere, if you think about it. Something you'll notice when you smoke DMT is the walls have eyes. Excuse me. And that's where my theory that everything is God, everything is alive, so therefore it is God. Like, I believe in the afterlife, you don't have your own thoughts. Like, I can sit here and think, what is that, you know? Like, I can just use my head. But I think in the afterlife, you're just awareness. You experience only, and you don't, I don't know. That's the best way I can put it. I can't really put it any better than that. And anyone who's been in a meditative state will know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyone who's had ego death will know exactly what I'm talking about from psychedelics. You are not your body. And if you're not your body, then who are you? And it's just like, keeps going. It's crazy what this life is. You see a tree and you get so used to it. But it's just crazy. I don't know. That's kind of my rant about schizophrenia. You know, if you want, I definitely recommend anybody looking at this video to check out schizophrenia. You know, like, most people don't accept what I'm saying because they already have religious beliefs. Keep in mind, they have religious beliefs that were provided to us by government that lies about what schizophrenia actually is. They were given to us by a government that didn't legalize weed for all these years. Something so much less harmful, just so many less side effects than pills. They've had that illegal for how long now? But yet you guys are going to believe that they gave us the right religion. Psychedelics are still illegal to this day. Things that you smoke and have religious experiences on are illegal. Where the fuck is my freedom, you know? Like, where's my, what is it, I think it's the First Amendment, freedom of religion? Where's that at? If I can't smoke something that gives me religious experience, then my rights are being violated. You tell the government that, they'll be like, oh no man, that's just a drug. Well, yeah, you can say that all you want, but it doesn't make it true. Anyone who's done it knows it's not true. It's not just a drug. A drug is something you do for recreation. Psychedelics, you can do them for recreation, but if you do, you're not going to get the same experience you would in a spiritual setting. And that's so important when doing psychedelics. Setting. I'm getting ahead of myself. Set and setting. But, like if you smoke weed and you're hanging out with your buddies, munching out, of course you're just going to be chill, But whenever you're alone, stoned, that's when ideas are born, That's when you start getting into the real side of what weed actually is. And it's the same with psychedelics. All the hippies back in the 70s used to take acid at festivals and, all that hippie shit kind of ruined the name of psychedelics. Turned it into kind of like the rap community. They do codeine, smoke blunts and shit. The hippie community made psychedelics that. And it's not their fault, though. That's just what the government's done. They're the ones who've added that stigma to it. It's like back then that, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but schizophrenia really isn't what you think it is. Why would God give us a way of thinking that would allow us to believe in a fake God? Think about it. Schizophrenia is something natural. It's not like you do meth and then you start having delusions about what God is and what religion is. No, you literally naturally form this. That's what schizophrenia is. Why would God give us delusions? It just doesn't make sense if you think about it. Sitting here at the cemetery. Oh, see that? There's a dead body under there. Where did his awareness go? Like, we are not what we think we are. We're so attached to our bodies when really we're just awareness. Detach yourself from your senses, from your wants, from your desires, and you'll notice a lot more about life. You'll start listening more than talking. You'll start, I don't like to say the word smarter, but wiser. Like, I consider smart knowing math. Smart is knowing how to fix a car. But I consider wise having knowledge. Like, not saying that any of those things aren't useful, but having knowledge that's actually going to matter after this life is over. We think that eternity is literally incomparable to comprehend if you think about it. It's impossible. And we only live maybe at most 100 years. Think about that. This is such a short period out of such a long time span. Who's to say this is the first life we've ever lived? Which is where reincarnation comes in. I'm not really sure if reincarnation is a thing or not. I think it might be. Doesn't sound like a far-fetched idea if you think about it, like if something was able to give us this life, who's to say when we die they can't give us another life, Reincarnation is something that people think of as spiritual hippie bullshit, but that's such a simple idea of what life is, reincarnation. You just keep getting reincarnated. Who you are as a person depends on who you are in the next life, That makes total sense. And the idea of heaven and hell in the Christian Bible, they're always talking about when you die, you either go to hell or you go to heaven. My idea of what hell and heaven is, if you do good, you finally transcend. You finally get to stop being reincarnated after you do your life right. But I think that if you don't do your life right and you don't stay on the right path, you don't do what you're supposed to for your spiritual obligations, your obligations as a person to other people, being nice, not just being a dick for no reason. People get so mad at their own lives that they think treating others badly will make them feel better, but it really doesn't. I've been there. Oh man, congestion. But then, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been there. Everybody's been there, It's like, I don't know. If you can't see it, you're not a logical person. That's what I see. If you think of schizophrenia as something that is horrible, needs to be taken care of, shove pills down your throat, then you're not living life right. chances are, if that's how you think, you wake up in the morning dreading going to your job, dreading going to school. You know what I do with my life? I wake up, I hit the gym, go home, paint, draw, read, make YouTube videos. I do what I want in my life. That's because I'm on the right path. Of course, I'm still only 16 and I did drop out of school, so that's kind of why. But I plan on, when I'm older, I might have to keep a job for a while. Everyone does, but that's not gonna be my life. I ain't gonna dread waking up in the morning. I've been there the past 8 months. Only a few days now have I been comfortable in my own skin for the past while. Things like that. I'm trying to think of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Fucking things like that in life, the bad things. I can't think of what word I'm trying to say. I don't know, my brain's dead today or something. Just quit eating sugar and limited my caffeine use, so my body's kind of depleted of energy. I'm really fatigued, but figured you gotta do what you gotta do for what is needed, just like I said in yesterday's video. I need to make these videos. I need to help people out. I need to try and become a YouTuber. That's like, as much as I try and help people out with these videos, of course I do it for my own benefit too. Of course I want to be a motivational speaker on YouTube, but I guess that's all I gotta say. I kind of ramble on about a bunch of other shit, but it stayed on the topic of spirituality. And that's really what schizophrenia is. It's just spirituality. You learn that you are not your body, that you're your consciousness, and that in order to live a happy life, you also have to live a good one. People who do bad things do the things because they think that's what's going to make them happy, not realizing that doing what you don't want to is actually what makes you happy. It's such backwards thinking, if you think about it. Not from their part, but from whoever invented this reality we have grown so attached to that we just don't even question anymore. Like, there's that sidewalk, okay? What if someone from a dimension where they do nothing but shit into infinity all day, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, like somewhere really different than here, saw our reality, they'd be like, what the fuck, that's a weird place. Them people are weird. That's just like we do with everyone else. Who's to say we're so much more special? Like dreams, that's the biggest one. DMT is produced during REM sleep. That's what causes you to dream. I think that what dreams are is us visiting parallel universes. Like, we live in a galaxy, in a universe with millions and billions and trillions of planets. There has to be life on another one. Who's to say that when we dream, we don't tap into their realities? Just like to say, who's to say one of them haven't dreamed about our lives through our eyes? It's just, if you open your mind and stop clinging on to the idea that you're your body, that when you die, you're gonna go up to heaven with a guy who sits on a cloud and zaps shit into place, that's when you're